I love hair mineral analysis because it's a really great screening tool that gives me a very quick snapshot of what's going on with people. And so, yes, I can see heavy metals, I can see people's minerals, and I can also see hidden toxicities they have based on their mineral levels. So, for instance, if people have really high zinc levels, it's not because they're bursting from the seams with zinc, it's because they have cadmium toxicity. People that have, really, really low potassium levels, they're really thallium and cesium toxic. And one of a toxin that people don't realize they have, I'm seeing it on so many people, is cesium. And that's from nuclear testing. It's from Fukushima. It's from Chernobyl that, happened in 1986 in Europe, but people still are affected by the cesium, and it gets into their muscles, it gets into their heart muscle, it affects their thyroid, and it causes muscle cramps and heart palpitations and things like that, because the cesium and thallium, which is now naturally occurring in petroleum deposits, gets into the air from fuel and smog. It's displacing potassium in your body and the muscles. And so people that have lots of cramps, that have that aren't mitigated by taking magnesium, potassium, that have chronic thyroid issues or what have you, the thallium and cesium can be like a huge problem. But as far as the hair mineral analysis, we can also, why I like it better than other tests for heavy metals is because we see a 3-month average of what's depositing into the hair. So the hair is kind of like a garbage can for the body. The body will push out minerals and heavy metals into it. And so we see a 3-month average, where if you look at the blood, the body is not going to allow heavy metals to float out or float around your blood for very long. It's going to sequester them into your bones, into your fat tissue, or what have you. And so the blood is really a very poor indicator, except maybe for lead. Lead is a good indication in blood. But other than that, I like hair mineral analysis for an initial screening tool. If people really want to get really thorough and see their body burden of toxins, they can also do urine testing. They can also do stool testing as well. That's really good to see cadmium and lead. Cadmium is more toxic than all of the other metals combined. Really, really nasty stuff. And that's why smokers get cancer. They're getting, that cadmium in the cigarette smoke, or marijuana smokers as well, getting cadmium. So I love the hair mineral analysis for many, many different reasons, but it's just an easy screening tool, and it's inexpensive, and anyone can do it at home.
And, you'd want to work with somebody too for that in interpreting it, because that is not one you want to go blindly into.
No, you cannot interpret it yourself, because, the problem is there's a lot of hidden metals in it, or people think that, it's taken me a long time to research this and learn how to read hair mineral analysis. It's not as simple as it seems. And the biggest issue, I think, with it is that when people don't have any metals coming out, they're like, oh, great, I'm good, I'm clear. When the reality is their body isn't able to detox. And that's a problem. And that's a sign they're very, very toxic. So when I don't see any metals, that for me is a sign that this person actually really needs to detox, but they just can't because of maybe genetic detox defects, or they don't have the energy to detox, or they don't have the nutrient status to be able to, take these metals out of their body. There's a lot of different reasons why people can't detox. Those people are going to need extra help with detoxification. So the hair mineral analysis is really not for, a lay person to read. It's not as it's not as cut and dried or straightforward as people may think.